Hi, I'm Jerry Carter with the Sierra Crest Business Law Group. Today I want to talk about a question that we sometimes receive, which is, can I, as a business owner, trust an online template agreement for my business? In other words, is it better for me to write my own agreement using an online service, or is it better for me to have an attorney prepare the agreement or at least review the agreement? That's a great question. We see a lot of situations where people have created their own agreements using an online form and things have gone wrong. And examples include an agreement that wasn't in the name of the business, so the business owner got sued personally. Another example of an agreement that went wrong because it didn't get reviewed is an agreement that automatically renewed without the business owner realizing it. Another situation we've seen is an agreement with non-competition language that doesn't make any sense. And so I would like to take the opportunity to review 4 reasons why, as a business owner, you really want to have your agreements prepared or reviewed by an attorney rather than trying to cook up a form off of the internet. So reason number 1 to get your contract reviewed by an attorney or prepared by an attorney, even better yet, is that you need to realize that even though the face dollar amount of a contract may be relatively low, the potential liability oftentimes exceeds that. And so if something goes wrong, it's going to cost you more than you received under the agreement. So examples of that include service interruptions or delays or impossibility, something we've seen a lot with COVID. Other examples include promises that end up costing a lot of money to perform. And so don't look at a contract and say, well, this is small, I won't get it reviewed. The second reason to have your contract reviewed or prepared by an attorney is that the attorney is going to see things that you don't see. And I don't mean that to be insulting. If you'll let me make an example or give an example, when I go to the dentist looks at my teeth and he can tell me a story over the last 30 years of what's been going on with my teeth, just because he can read every line or crevice on the teeth. When I go to my doctor and have him look at my ankle, he can look at that ankle and he can speak volumes about what's going on with the ankle. When I go to the bike shop and have a mechanic look at my bicycle, they know where I've been riding, what I've been doing, and that I've been using my back brakes too much. They can tell me a whole story. It's just because of their experience in that specialized area. They just see things that are not visible to me as a layperson. And it's the same way with an attorney and a contract. You read a contract, you see some things. When the attorney reads the contract, they see a lot. And one of the things that they see are pitfalls, things that can go wrong, things where you could be in real trouble if you don't fix those. Another thing that they'll see are opportunities, things that you can do to really improve your leverage or your situation in the deal. And so it always makes sense to have that contract reviewed by someone who's experienced and is going to see the things that you're not going to see. Now, I might add that when it comes to having an attorney who can spot pitfalls or opportunities in an agreement, one thing that comes in real handy is if your attorney has experience in the courts litigating contract disputes, because those attorneys, like our attorneys, will have gone through court cases and they know which contract language drives the outcome of a lawsuit. It's an extra benefit if your experienced business attorney has experience in the courts resolving contract disputes. A third reason for having an attorney prepare or review your agreement, as opposed to using an online service, is that the attorney will be able to customize the agreement to your business's needs, to your business's situation, even to your business's location. And believe it or not, where you do business is going to matter in terms of which which laws are going to apply and how they're going to apply to your business. And so you really want to get that customization so that you know your agreement is locked in for your situation. Oftentimes with an online form, you may get a recommendation for, I need this type of an agreement, when in reality, you need a totally different agreement. And so by going online, you've created a square peg that you're trying to fit into a round hole. And from the very get-go, it was just the wrong type of agreement for your situation. So it's definitely worth having that conversation with the attorney. And so reason number 4 for having your contract reviewed by an attorney is really that's a great way to start a relationship with an attorney. You can sort of test drive that attorney. You've got this customer agreement form or this vendor agreement. You want to have it looked over. It's not going to cost you a fortune. But the process of meeting an attorney and seeing how they do in reviewing the agreement, seeing how things click between you and the attorney is going to pay big dividends. So for example, if you're new in town and you don't have a primary care physician, well, what happens when you get sick? Well, you get sick and you want to go in and get seen by a doctor, and they say, well, do you have a relationship with this doctor? You say, no. And they say, well, we're scheduling new patients 90 days out, or whatever the case may be. And so that's the example of why it's just nice to have that relationship, because you started a relationship with an attorney over a fairly inexpensive contract review, and now when you have a question come up a month or 2 from now, instead of wondering what the answer to the question is, you can pick up the phone and call your attorney, and you've got someone who knows who you are and who can answer the phone. And so that's actually another reason why you really want to take these things to attorneys. Over the long haul, if you're having all of your business agreements prepared and reviewed by an attorney, that is the best way to use your money. You're going to save multiples of that expense because of the investment you made to get the agreements done right by a professional. If you have one problem with a contract down the road, one problem where the vendor says, well, I got you because your contract automatically renewed and you owe me another $20,000 for year number 2. If you avoid one problem like that, think of all the agreements you can get prepared and reviewed for the cost of that one simple problem. And so with that in mind, I just really want to encourage you as a business owner to take these agreements seriously. I mean, entering into a contract is a serious act and should be treated seriously by you as a professional, just like everything else you do in your business is serious business. Now the decision is yours. As a business owner, are the agreements that I enter into with my vendors, my customers, my investors, my partners, are they worth doing right? And I would submit that the answer is yes. Everything you do is worth doing right. If you have any questions about the process for reviewing a contract or the advantages of having your contract reviewed by an experienced business attorney, then I would invite you to give us a call. We're at the Sierra Crest Business Law Group. Our number is 775-448-6070. We'll be happy to speak to you about this and make sure that your business is on solid legal footing as it continues its journey through difficult legal terrain.